Welcome to our review session for AP Computer Science A, specifically Unit 3 Boolean expressions and if statements. Today we'll be diving into the world of logical expressions, conditionals, and how they all come together in Java programming. So let's begin. First, let's talk about Boolean expressions. A Boolean expression is a statement that evaluates to either true or false. In the CSA curriculum, the main operators are less than, greater than, equal to, and not equal to, less than or equal to, and greater than or equal to. These comparisons result in Boolean values, which are the building blocks of our if statement. Let's take a look at an example. Here we have two int variables, number x, which equates to 4, and number y, which equals 6. The first three statements are pretty straightforward. Since number y is larger than number x, the first statement prints true, while the second will print false. On the very next line, because 6 and 4 are not equal, it also prints false. In the fourth statement, because 6 and 4 are not equal, it will print true. And as for the last two statements, you can use the first two as references and find that they too will print true and false respectively. Now that we understand Boolean expressions, let's move on to if statements. An if statement allows us to conditionally execute a block of code based on the result of a Boolean expression. It also allows us to change the flow of control through the program so that some code is only run when something is true. In an if statement, if the condition is true, then the next statement or block of statements will execute. If the condition is false, then the next statement or block of statement is skipped. The syntax of an if statement is fairly straightforward. We will start with the keyword if, followed by a set of parentheses containing a Boolean expression. If the expression evaluates to true, the code block enclosed by the curly brackets will execute. Otherwise, it will be skipped. Let's look at an example. In this example, we have a variable current temp that equates to 25, and an if statement that checks if the variable temperature is greater than 30. If this condition is true, the code inside the if block will run, displaying the message, "It's a hot day." If the condition is false, the code block is skipped and nothing happens. In this case, since 25 is smaller than 30, there is no output. Let's look into the syntax of a multi-selection algorithm. We see here that by using if-else statements, you can even pick between 3 or more possibilities. Just add else if for each possibility after the first if, and else before the last possibility. Compound Boolean expressions are expressions that involve multiple Boolean variables or values connected by logical operators. These expressions allow us to combine and evaluate multiple conditions simultaneously. The most commonly used logical operators in compound Boolean expressions are AND operator, which returns true if both the operands are true, otherwise it returns false. The OR operator, which returns true if at least one of the operands are true and otherwise returns false, and the NOT operator, which negates the Boolean variable of an operand and returns true if the operand is false, and false if the operand is true. Now let's look at a truth table. Truth tables were taught in geometry. However, here, the truth tables deal with this combination of and OR statements as demonstrated below. As you can see below, the result of P and Q is only true if both P and Q are true. Now let's move on to De Morgan's law. De Morgan's law were first developed in the 1800s, and they show how to simplify the negation of a complex Boolean expression, which is when there are multiple expressions joined by AND or OR. When you negate one of these complex expressions, which is when you add the exclamation point in the front, you can simplify it by flipping the operators and end up with an equivalent expression. An easy trick to remember these rules are move the NOT inside, AND becomes OR, and move the NOT inside, OR becomes AND. And that concludes our review of Unit 3 Boolean expressions and statements. Thank you so much for watching.